Hello and welcome to Fox Comics and Games in beautiful downtown Marion, Illinois. And we are unpacking this week's comic order. And all these comics will go on sale Wednesday at 10 a.m., January 3rd. And so this is the comics that are coming in this week. We're going to start off with a Marvel title, Astonishing X-Men, issue 7. Next up, we have an Aftershock comic, Baby Teeth, number 7. A new Aftershock comic is next, Backways, number 1. DC brings us Batman, issue 38. The origin of Bruce Wayne, it promises. Also from DC this week is Batman and the Signal. This is a story that spins out from the pages of Metal. If you've been reading Dark Metal, pretty good run. Also from DC, Batman, the White Knight, issue 4. Also in this week, we have Belladonna, Fire and Fury, issue 2. For those of you that like scantily clad covers, we have them. Next up, we have from Image Comics, Birthright, issue 29. DC brings us Black Lightning, Cold Dead Hands, issue 3, and that's 3 out of 6. That's going to be a 6-shot run there. Also from DC, we have Bombshells United, issue 9. Marvel comes next, and that will be with Captain America, issue 697, with their legacy numbering. And next up from Image, the Gail Simone Crosswind, Bullets and Braces. That's been fairly interesting. Next up from DC, we have Cyborg, issue 20, Seeds of Magic. And next up, we have from DC, Dastardly and Muttley, from the Wacky Racers spinoff. DC again offers us Deathstroke, issue 27. Defiance, I believe, is that one. A reorder came in from Valiant. Those of you who saw us unpacking this once before, the demand for this cover has been outrageous, but we did get more first edition first prints in. This is Eternity, issue 2 from Matt Kent in Valiant, and it is phenomenal. Next up, new from DC and Hanna-Barbera, Snagglepuss Chronicles, Exit Stage Left. And that's issue 1, and it is what you think it is. Image brings us Extremity, issue 10. Image also brings us The Gravediggers Union, issue 3. It's kind of a wild cover. Next up from DC, we have Green Arrow, issue 36. And after that, from DC, we have Green Lanterns, issue 38, Betrayed by the Red Tide. And next up from Marvel, we have a 3D lenticular cover for Guardians of the Galaxy, issue 150, and a really nice... Marvel's really starting to get the 3D lenticular covers down a lot better than they had been doing them. So they're getting better and better each one they do. Next up, from Action Lab, a great comic for kids and cat lovers alike, but kids really love this, Hero Cats of Stellar City, and that is issue number 20. Marvel brings us Iceman, issue 9. In a fight to the death with Dakin. Or if you're a heavy metal liker, Dakin. Next from DC is Injustice 2, issue 17. I'm going to push this stack aside and start a new pile here. Next up from Marvel is Iron Fist, issue 76. And again, DC, partnering with Hanna-Barbera, brings us The Jetsons, issue 3, kind of a reimagining of that world. The people reading it have said it's very interesting. I have yet to read that, but I will give it a try. DC is up next with Justice League issue 36, Betrayed by the Dark Knight. Looks very interesting. Next up from DC is Nightwing issue 36. And then we have an Image title, issue number 3 of number 1 with a Bullet. It was actually in the top 5 of our best covers of the week. Next up, also from Image, is Brian K. Vaughan. If you're familiar with Saga, it's the guy that writes Saga. Paper Girls, issue 19. Very interesting run that he's been doing on that. Marvel is next with Phoenix Resurrection, The Return of Jean Grey, issue 2. And after that, we will have an Image title, and this is Rat Queens, issue number 7. And next up, also from Image, is Redlands, issue 5. And then we have from Marvel, Rise of the Black Panther, number 1. And also next up from Marvel, we have Rogue and Gambit, number 1. And then from Image, we have Scales and Scoundrels, issue 5. And then a very popular series we have from Valiant. A lot of people reading this right now, Secret Weapons, and that is issue 0. So I'm guessing they're going back and giving us a little prequel to the story. Then from Dynamite Press, we have The Shadow and Batman, and that is issue 4. And then next up will be a Marvel title, X-Men Gold, issue 19. And the next comic is a new series from Image. Not really a new series, but a new take on an old series. The Walking Dead, issue 175, but it is a run of 6 comics long called New World Order, and it looks pretty interesting. Great cover on it as well. It was also in the top 5 of the best covers, as was our next one from IDW, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Universe. We thought that was a very, very nice cover on that. DC is up next with Superman, part of the Sons of Tomorrow series they have, part 4, and that's issue 38 of Superman. A nice surprise from DC, kind of a thank you for the amount of business we do with them. They sent us a retailer thank you. It's a past issue, 16, a variant of Supergirl. So that will be available for any who are interested. Next up from Marvel is Star Wars, issue 41. And then we have Marvel Spider-Man, issue 236. One of the last ones for Brian Michael Bendis. And the last new one we have for today is an Image title, Spawn, issue 281. And that's also is in our best cover running this week. And also, just as a heads up, those of you who were waiting on the Batarang letter openers, we got in several more of those. Some of the Wonder Woman lapel pins, those are really sharp. And then this week's short box, imprinted short box, is Joker and Harley from DC. Very nice. We hope to see you soon in Fox Comics and Games in beautiful downtown Marion, Illinois.